My rent's due. You'll cover it. That's what my brother texted. Not a question. He never asked. With him, demands always wore the mask of inevitability. I stare at the glowing screen in the dark, my thumb hovering over the keyboard. For a second, I felt the old reflex kick in, the one that always had me reaching for my wallet, my time, my energy. But this time, something in me shifted. I typed the simplest sentence I'd ever sent him. Pay it yourself. And while he was still stewing, still waiting for me to fold, I signed a contract that would take me out of this country, out of his reach, out of their reach. An hour later, my phone buzzed again. This time it was my mother. Don't come home for Christmas until you co-sign his $200,000 loan. That's when the humor drained from me. That's when I stopped laughing at the absurdity of it all and started realizing I was standing at a crossroads. I used to idolize him, my older brother, the boy who steadied my handlebars when I learned to ride a bike, who pulled me gasping from the lake when I almost drowned. Back then, he was a hero. But heroes rot when they learn there will always be someone else to shoulder the fallout of their choices. It started small, $20 here, forgotten wallet there, excuses about lost PIN numbers. Then it became rent checks, car repairs, bailouts. And through it all, my parents smoothed the path for him. Their golden boy could do no wrong. Me? I was the reliable one. The backup plan. The phone call at midnight. The one who always came through. They never saw the way his smirk lingered when I handed over cash, or the contempt threaded through his voice when he called me responsible, as if it were a weakness. But $200,000. That wasn't a favor. That was a noose. I didn't reply to my mother. I didn't argue. I didn't explain. Instead, I opened my laptop and pulled up every account, every bill, every obligation still tethering me to their lives. The family phone plan, canceled. The streaming services my brother used more than I ever did, gone. The gym membership he'd begged me to add him to, gone. The credit card he borrowed under my name, frozen. By the time midnight hit, I had sliced every cord they'd ever tied around me. When I went to bed, my phone buzzed nonstop. By morning, there were 52 missed calls. My brother, my mother, even my father, who rarely lifted a finger for anyone. I let it ring. It's funny how silence unsettles people more than words ever can. By day 2, the voicemails had shifted from fury to panic. You can't just leave us like this. He has deadlines. Do you want him to go to jail? You're selfish. You've always been selfish. That word, selfish, landed harder than the rest. After years of bleeding for them, they had the audacity to call me selfish the moment I said no. And that was when the calm came. That was when I knew I was right. I didn't ghost them completely. That would have been too merciful. Instead, I answered one call. His voice was frantic now, thin and stripped of the arrogance I'd grown up under. They're going to repossess my car. They're going to take the apartment. You can't just. I can't, I said evenly. And I did. He stuttered, scrambling for the old hooks that used to reel me back in. But you're my brother. I let the silence drag, then said, exactly, and hung up. They thought guilt would break me, drag me back into the old orbit. But while they panicked, I packed. Passport, work visa, one-way ticket. I didn't announce my departure. I didn't give them the courtesy of knowing. What I did give them was clarity. By the time their bills came due, they learned exactly how much I'd been carrying for them, how much of their comfort had been built on my shoulders. The texts turned bitter, then quiet. Weeks later, I was gone. New country, new job, new air in my lungs. For the first time in my life, I wasn't the safety net. I wasn't the backup plan. My brother did lose the car. He did lose the apartment. My parents had to clean up the mess themselves. I heard whispers of fights, of bank accounts drained, of Christmas canceled entirely. They had wanted me to co-sign his life away. Instead, I erased myself from theirs. Do I regret it? No. Because here's the truth. Family doesn't mean chains. Blood doesn't mean servitude. Love doesn't mean debt. When my brother texted me that day, expecting me to bend again, he didn't realize he'd written his own ending. I used to save him. I used to save all of them. But the night I cut every bill, every tie, that was the night I saved someone else for the first time. Me.